do a number of impressions. Who all do you do impressions of?
How people talk about, because I was going to do a show called Everyone I Do Is Dead, because people that I do impressions of keep dying. But if you do a show called Everyone I Do Is Dead, it sounds like you're into necrophilia. So I decided not to call it that. I don't think it's a big draw.
You don't know.
Yeah, now I guess you're right. Now can't tell.
I know there's a bunch of people with a Red Roof Inn that would love to see that show.
Yeah, you could probably get married to somebody that's dead now. So now that we're working on all that stuff, aren't we? Like, who gets married to who and what state you're in and all that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it would. So what were you? Was there a question in there?
There was a question in there. Yeah, it was. So who? Please never do an impression of me, but who? Because I don't want to be dead. But who do you do impressions of?
I don't know. I used to be able to go up and just have people yell people out, and I could do almost anybody they yelled out. But when it started going into studio wrestlers and rock stars mostly, then it got less and less of who you could do. So, and if you notice, there's not that many impressionists anymore, because it's hard to find people to do impressions of, or people that are famous enough that everybody knows who they are.
I think that's the key. There's so many outlets for fame now. Fame is more compartmentalized. There are people who don't have any idea who Jeff Dunham is, and yet he's a huge star in most of the world. So, but it always amazes me when I come across somebody that has never heard of him.
Or the people that watched his whole shows and have his tapes and don't remember his name.
Yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot with that JeffFafaDunham.com thing when he did his Spark of Insanity. When he had that on, a lot of people started remembering who he was. So
right.
But
well, that's what I stayed at somebody's house. I was at another nightclub owner that one night I had a bet with a magician from there about playing pool, about who would win, and we played, I don't know how many games of pool in the owner's house one night. So we were basically up all night playing pool, and I think I won like by one game. I think we had to play like 35 games or something. Anyway, these kids were going through the house, and they were playing airplanes. Kids going, doing that, and they were going Bob Rumba. That's actually where I got that from. So then I started doing that so people would remember who I was. So I would just say my name as many times as possible before you leave. I am Bob Rumba. So that does help a real lot, because otherwise they remember your duck.
Yeah.
If it's you, they'll remember the duck, and they won't remember who you are.
Well, that's usually a good thing for me.
You don't want people to know who you are?
Not after they see my show.
IRS. Yeah. Taxes. Some guy down the street, $5. I don't know. What's the guy with the duck? So they don't recognize you. Without the duck, they don't know who you are.
I don't take him anywhere.